Smackdown is on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the third week of November, and we're getting closer to Armageddon Stadium Stampede. We are in Orlando, Florida here for this one, the former home of NXT before our new boss, Kevin Owens, shut the thing down and said, grind it out on the independent circuit. We got an awesome episode of Smackdown coming your way tonight, including a steel cage tag team main event that we're going to talk about throughout this broadcast. Plus, we are going to go over the entire card for Armageddon throughout this broadcast as well. So a lot of folks trying to climb up the ranks here as we inch even closer and closer to Armageddon, which Kevin Owens, our new boss, has promised will be the beginning of the end for somebody, for one of these teams out there. So we're going to kick things off here. Again, Sami Zayn has been given the lead. He's in charge of SmackDown here. And this one is a contest of two guys that are not on the card currently at Armageddon, but they've been former champions in WWE. Sheamus, multiple-time world champion, R-Truth, of course, the 24/7 championships, held that title multiple times. We saw Sheamus a number of weeks ago pick up a win, and you know, he's been involved in some fatal four-ways here or there, as is R-Truth, but an opportunity for one of these two to maybe pick up a win here, kicking off SmackDown. And you know, you got Royal Rumble season coming up next. The next pay-per-view after Armageddon is going to be the Royal Rumble. We got to fill 30 spots here, so getting a win like this, that'll move you up the ranks. Sheamus, of course, in Universe mode, has been featured in a feud with Drew McIntyre over the 24/7 championship. R-Truth, former 24/7 champion, and now the 24/7 titles almost morphed into the ECW championship, which is currently held by CM Punk. And maybe one of these guys that picks up a win, they could be in that title contendership for the ECW championship coming up. Sheamus, of course, a former ECW superstar. R-Truth, he might be auditioning for ECW right now, going all out, but he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to tear an ACL or anything like that. Sheamus, DDT on the floor. Two veterans that have been around for a very, very, very long time in WWE. Look at R-Truth playing the mind games right now, calling Sheamus in, catching him with a couple of shots. Speaking of ECW, as the referee's going to get involved, coming up after this broadcast, we are going to tape ECW for our Patreon supporters. We're going to get into how you can support the channel in just a couple of moments, but we have an action-packed card coming up on ECW, which is exclusive to the TV Sports Clubhouse. It's a great way for you guys to get some bonus content, and you guys can help support the channel, so we appreciate that. Coming up on ECW, we're going to kick things off, and of course, every single match on ECW held under extreme rules. There must be a winner, no disqualification, no countouts. Paul Heyman in charge of ECW. We're going to kick things off with the ECW champion CM Punk. He's going to be teaming up with Kofi Kingston to go up against the man that pinned CM Punk on Monday Night Raw, Braun Breaker. And he's going to be teaming up with the Big Boss Man. Big Boss Man and Kofi Kingston have been going at it the past couple of weeks at Survivor Series. It was the first ever scaffold match in WWE history, and Big Boss Man won that. Big E has been in the medical facility ever since then, and Kofi Kingston, another opportunity for him to get some payback. And then on ECW, you're going to see Shawn Michaels step into an ECW ring. It doesn't happen often, but the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, in an ECW ring. He's going to go Extreme Rules with Finn Balor. They have traded matches over the last number of weeks in Universe mode. They're both 1-1 in their series. And they're going to have the rubber match on ECW. You can sign up at any level you like. At the most expensive level or at the cheapest level, every little bit helps the channel out. So we appreciate that support, and we try to give you some exclusive Patreon bonus content every single Friday. So we're going to do it for you here. Coming up, back into the ring, R-Truth and Sheamus having quite the battle here. Nice drop kick by Truth. Truth has definitely worked his way back into this one. It looked like he was done for a while. And then Sheamus kind of let his guard down. Truth got back into it. I still want to know, I'm open to hearing what you guys think. Do you like the HUD being on the screen? For the longest time in my universe modes, I had them turned off, but I'd rather not play with them on, but it is kind of annoying because you don't know when you have a finisher. Reversals don't really bother me, and that's kind of the only thing I really look at, but there were times in matches where it doesn't tell you if you have a finisher without the HUD on, so I'm sitting there hitting the finisher button thinking I had it, so that's one of the main reasons I have it on, but curious to hear what you guys think. Do you like the HUD? Do you hate the HUD? I got the HUD on. Oh, pardon me, I got HUD sandwich right there. There's a leg drop from the top from R-Truth, and Sheamus powering out. Tremendous opening contest here on Friday Night SmackDown. We didn't show the calendar at the beginning, but this is week number 3 in December, which means we have just one episode of ECW left in this week, and then next week, one episode of Raw, one episode of the KO show, one episode of SmackDown, and one more episode of ECW, and then it will be time for Armageddon. And along with every single pay-per-view, a Sheamus Celtic Cross onto R-Truth. He might be getting ready to put Truth away. Brogue kick, delivers it right between the eyes into the cover here. And that does it. Sheamus gets another win. Another impressive win for the Celtic Warrior. You gotta wonder, as feuds and situations are going to get situated coming up at Armageddon, where does the Celtic Warrior land? Has he got his eye on either CM Punk or Braun Breaker for that ECW championship? You got to stay tuned to find out. We'll run down the Armageddon card coming up during the entrances for the next match, so stay right where you are. Friday Night SmackDown, wrapping up December in Universe mode, and then it will be on to Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season coming up. We'll be just 3 Universe mode months away. We got breaking news. SK Money is in the house. Spencer's in the house as well. Oh my God. Welcome in. Now it's about to get serious here in this episode of Universe Mode. We got Evolve coming out, Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory. Austin Theory set to defend the U.S. Championship against Omos coming up at Armageddon. Let's do a quick plug. Everybody, go on Twitter, follow SK Sports 24, not to be confused with TV Sports 27, but SK Sports 24. That's my guy, SK Money. He's got the biggest, best sports news out there, giving you all the up-to-date stuff on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the ReliQuest Bowl. Bring back the Outback Bowl. You know what I'm talking about? No better thing to do. Take a Blue Chew, drink some Jack Daniels. Yes. Spencer, we've missed you. It's been a little bit since you've been on. So go follow my guy, SK Sports 24. These guys are making their entrances pretty quick, so I'm going to hold off on the Armageddon card until the next entrance grouping here. But it's a stacked card for Armageddon. And, you know, a handful of those matches, 3 of them, 2 of them, are going to take place at Sunday Night Heat, which is on Patreon, which is everyone's favorite place. So you're looking at the newly named Honor Club. Tommaso Ciampa, Roderick Strong. You getting me a sponsorship? I want to hear it. I get sponsorship emails all the time, but they're for those mobile games, and you have to get like 200 people to sign up or something for you to get like $50. It's like really hard. You get a link and you promote the game or play the game, and quite difficult. But yes, you're looking at Honor Club the newly named Tommaso Ciampa and Roderick Strong. So you got Evolve in Johnny Gargano, Austin Theory, Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's been spending some time in Japan lately. And then you got Honor Club on the other side. Speculation if there's going to be a third member added or not to contend with the Miz Taraj, because they've been duking it out lately. Has Roderick Strong with Dan Severn, The Miz, and Barry Horowitz. The Miz Taraj, a trio there. First you got the trio and Evolve. Now you got Honor Club. Gargano, Roderick Strong. You got the U.S. champion in the mix. Coming up next, you're going to see Omos in action. He's going to be teaming up with his buddy Apollo Crews, as they're going to be in tag team competition against the Underground. Killshot and Prince Puma. Prince Puma coming off a loss a couple of weeks ago here on this program to Bobby Roode. Killshot, though, he's been pretty consistent, though, but they came in with a fury, got the win over the Natural Disasters, looking to get their spot in the tag team ranks, which is right now being filled by the Usos, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. We got a big announcement. We're going to be running down the card, but stipulation named for that tag team rematch coming up at Armageddon. Let's hear some predictions for... You know, we got Armageddon coming up, but that just means the Royal Rumble is on the way. Who do you guys think? The Men's Rumble, the Women's Rumble? What are your big predictions? Who's going to get the job done? Wow, Roderick Strong getting rocked into the corner by the U.S. champion, Austin Theory. Austin Theory's hung on to that title quite a long time. Nearly a 3 count by Johnny Gargano, former DIY tag team partners going at it. Sad breakup they had on NXT. Of course, in real life, they're back together, but here in our universe mode, very much separated. As the Gargano escape locked in, but nicely done by Roderick Strong to break that one up. Ciampa looks like he's in a world of hurt. So Roddy Strong's got to figure out a way to come back, get him a... Oh, look at that. The U.S. champion sent straight to the floor. Neck breaker, and Tommaso Ciampa busted open. He's got the Red River, that Red River running across his face right now. My goodness. Where's he gonna take Gargano? He's got Gargano set up against the ropes here. Just a big kick to the chest right there. Solid kick to the chest. Yeah, Theory and Strong on the outside of the ring. Stay tuned, because this is just part 1 and part 2. Coming up, the Steel Cage main event, tag team main event. It's going to be Rhea Ripley and Shotzi Blackheart of the Riot Squad. They're going to be going up against Generation Now, Natalya and Tamina. And that is a rematch from on Smackdown last week. Natalya and Tamina picked up the win, which led to a lot of speculation if the Riot Squad maybe not ready to be a part of the Judgment Day just yet. They proved themselves on the KO show by getting the win back, but here they're going to have the third contest inside the steel cage now. In this game, you can only do escape rules. I tried to do a custom match with pinfalls. You can't do it. Tommaso Ciampa has given up. A bloody Ciampa, and Evolve picks up another win. And they got a lot of momentum headed into Armageddon. Evolve just continues their winning ways. And that's another loss for Tommaso Ciampa. He was defeated by Dan Severn last week on SmackDown. And then here, coming up with a submission loss. So the newly formed Honor Club starting off a bit of a shaky start. We'll see what will happen at Armageddon. We're going to hit you with some plugs in a moment, that I'm going to run down the entire card for Armageddon as we get ready for our part 1, hour 1 main event coming up between Omos and Apollo Crews going up against the Underground. But a stacked part 2 coming up on Friday Night SmackDown. So there you see him. Evolve winners at Survivor Series as well over Evolution. Johnny Gargano, Austin Theory, of course, led by Matt Riddle. No signs of slowing down here. Chance for you guys to support TB Sports 27. Follow us while we're live on Twitch, like Spencer and SK Money are doing. Subscribe and hit that thumbs up on YouTube. Had some good viewership for our NFL 2K5 stuff that's been going up lately. Our last couple of Zelda videos, I initially said that Zelda hadn't been performing too well. The Zelda videos are actually doing pretty good now. I've had some good numbers lately. Follow us on Twitter. We tweet when we go live. Of course, Patreon. That's where we're going to do ECW right after this. 2 huge matches coming up, including Shawn Michaels versus Braun Breaker. You also got Streamlabs, Ko-Fi. Can't forget as well, CM Punk. He's going to be teaming up with Kofi Kingston to go up against Big Boss Man and Braun Breaker. Action-packed. So there's your Patreon supporters, and we are getting set now for our Hour 1 main event. And you're seeing it right there between the Underground. And I'm going to let the CPU do this one so I can sit back and just kind of read some of this card out. So we got Armageddon coming up. You guys definitely want to be subscribed to TV Sports 27 and over at Patreon, because 3 of these matches will take place on Sunday Night Heat, which is exclusive to Patreon. So here's a little look at what we got so far. The card for Armageddon. The first time ever in the history of WWE, Stadium Stampede. It is going to be the Judgment Day. All 8 members of the Judgment Day. Edge, Bobby Roode, Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Shotzi Blackheart, Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker, taking on Retribution. And Retribution, Mustafa Ali, Kane, Machine, T-Bar, Mace, Slapjack, Reckoning, Retaliation. Stadium Stampede, 16-person brawl, 1 team left standing. Kevin Owens vowed it is going to be the end of either Retribution or the end of the Judgment Day. Intercontinental Championship to be defended. Not only is Judgment Day, Kane, Robert Roode, they're going to be in the Stadium Stampede, but the Intercontinental Championship to be decided at Armageddon. Kane defending against former champion Robert Roode. The United States Championship on the line. Austin Theory defending against Omos. Can Omos finally win his first singles championship in WWE? He's come up just short, challenging for the Undisputed Championship and the U.S. Championship. He's got his latest shot. He's a former tag team champion. He's the winner of the New Japan Rambo. Can he get the job done? Tag team championships on the line. 2 out of 3 falls. Stipulation named. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, the tag team champions, defend against the former champions, the Usos. 2 out of 3 falls. The dream matchup, AJ Styles versus Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. We got a tag team match. Tommaso Ciampa and Roderick Strong. You just saw them get beat. So they got a lot of work to do. Strong and Ciampa, they team up to take on The Miz and Dan Severn. Shayna Baszler might be pulling double duty on this card. We're going to see Carmella in the second half. She's going to have a number 1 contenders matchup against Charlotte Flair for her opportunity. If Carmella beats Charlotte Flair on part 2 of this telecast, then it'll be Shayna Baszler defending the Women's Championship against Carmella. What makes that interesting is already booked is Charlotte Flair and Shayna Baszler taking on The Hug and Boss Connection in Bayley and Sasha Banks. You got Bobby Lashley and Shinsuke Nakamura finally going at it 1-on-1. And then, just announced, based on what happened on Monday Night Raw, and we're going to see this come to a head on Smackdown in this tag team matchup where Punk and Kofi Kingston will team up to take on Braun Breaker and the Big Boss Man. It is going to be CM Punk defending the ECW Championship. And of course, it's an ECW title match. You know what that means. No disqualifications, no countouts. Pinfalls count anywhere. He's going to defend his title against Braun breaker. That is the card right now at Armageddon. We still got a week to go, so there could be even more on the horizon. So you want to make sure you're following us live on Twitch. You can join us and be in the live chat. Have your messages come up on the screen. Be a part of the action. Also subscribe at YouTube, because if you miss any of the live action, it's all going to get uploaded in YouTube in a couple of months. If you can't wait for that, you're going to want to be on Patreon, the TV Sports Clubhouse at level 2, 3, or 4 over there, and you get every single YouTube video released early and ad-free, and it comes out months early. I'm telling you, months. We stream things in December. They don't come out till May or June. That's how ahead of schedule we are. So if you don't want to wait, that's the place to be. So here we go. Part 1, main event. Still got the double steel cage match coming up, the tag team steel cage match in your main event. That is on the horizon. Hopefully my internet is doing okay. I see my internet is dropping quite. I think it's raising back up now. There it goes. Okay, just jump back up. So if you saw the video dip for a moment, I don't know, call Spectrum. Say what's going on. It dipped to it was in the 7,000 range now, but it dipped to like 100. We got a situation here because we got poor Killshot, who's all tied up in the ropes. Now he breaks out of it. I don't know if that was some kind of curse that Dario Cueto had put on him. You guys want to see Dario Cueto? That was a part of Universe Mode, my previous Universe Mode, that The Rock, who owned Monday Night Raw, was going to sell it to Dario Cueto when he was forced back to Hollywood. But when we got this game, as you guys know, a lot of the community creation stuff was broken, and we had to just kind of stick with the regular roster for a bit until they fixed that up, and that's why we ended up scrapping our old universe. Oh, Omos just getting the shoulder up. We kind of made a little bit of a story out of it where, you know, we have our old universe mode. It's going to go up on WWE 12 on Patreon, so be on the lookout. But that was our original universe mode, and then, of course, we had our last one that'll be Lost to Time, and maybe we said there was like a year in between for this one to happen. But Omos, look at this. He might be getting ready to put away Prince Puma with a major power bomb and head to Armageddon and challenge Austin Theory for the United States Championship, but not just yet, because Prince Puma kicks out. Prince Puma obviously has the speed, though, to contend with Omos, and he's fought some big guys in the underground. You know, Big Rick, he fought in the underground. Brian Cage as well, so it's not like Prince Puma hasn't dealt with these kind of superstars before. Apollo Crews, German suplex. Killshot takes him down. Oh, big knee to the face. Crews rocks Killshot. He has Killshot suplex on the floor. Good strategy here is, you know, in our universe mode, all tornado matches. One day, we'll get a wrestling video game where tag matches are not 20 to 30 minutes where the pinfalls get broken up every 2 seconds. And I don't know any wrestling game that's ever had a good tag team match. Like, they've always been terrible. And that's why we do tornado match. I've mentioned before, I kind of took the tornado matches from No DQ CAW, if you guys ever watched that back in the day. The early days of Season 3, Aaron Rift also did his tag matches normally, and then after that, they were all tornado matches, and they're just so much better for video game. Like, video game-wise, just doing tornado tag matches, so much more exciting. Omos, how was that not a 3 count? Prince Puma kicks out, and now, this has got to be it. This has got to be it. Oh, Puma fights out of it. Prince Puma, but it's for oh, he's going to try it again. No, and again, Prince Puma. Oh my God, are we seeing the future makings of a rivalry here between Puma and Omos? They just got done watching Evolve pick up the win in the tag match. I think we got a 630 in the ring. We're not seeing it right now. 1, 2. Oh, Omos kicks out. What a part 1 main event. Is Killshot, or pardon me, Prince Puma, going to take Omos' spot if he gets this win? He lost last time out to Bobby Roode, so he wants this win in the worst way for... Oh, he's going to do it again. Does he have another 630 in him? I think this might be it for Omos. No, is Omos going to come up just short again? No, he's not. A kick out. Oh, my God. Omos determined right now. Omos is determined, but he's hanging in there. And again, Omos just, the story has been, he's been so close, almost like what you guys saw Angelo Dawkins go through early on in Universe Mode. So close to winning the big one. That's been Omos, the New Japan Rambo, the big winning streak. And he's been so close to winning the Undisputed title, the U.S. title. And then comes up just short. Can he pull this off, though? He has kicked out of multiple 630s. Killshot's got him down into the cover. That's going to do it. Wow. And Omos. What do you guys think? It's got to be like a sympathy for Omos at this point. He comes just so close. And just has not figured out a way to put it together. So possibly our matchup at Armageddon just became a triple threat with Prince Puma. A lot to think about as we exit part number 1 here. But finally, you see Prince Puma come up with a big win. The Underground, who have been looking for momentum since their early major defeat over the Natural Disasters. But now for Omos, he's got to look and try to figure out that once again, he's got this giant opportunity. And he's going to come up just short. Is Omos going to be able to fight the odds? A big man, a sympathetic big man. Can he fight the odds to get the job done? That's going to do it for part 1 of Friday Night Smackdown. You don't want to miss part 2 of Friday Night Smackdown. It's coming your way. If you guys are watching on Twitch or on Patreon, stay tuned because it's coming up next. If you're watching on YouTube, it's coming up tomorrow. We got 3 more action-packed matches, including your tag team steel cage main event. And we're going to kick off part 2 with Mayu Iwatani, the icon of Japan. She's going to go toe-to-toe with Alexa Bliss. This is a rivalry that's just recently developed behind the scenes. We're going to talk about it in part 2. You don't want to miss it. Mayu Iwatani, Alexa Bliss, part 2 of Smackdown.